On Nate Calmese's jumper with less than 10 seconds left at the Joel. Of course, Calmese continues to be out rehabbing that injured ankle, so Deacons makes another start. And the Hokies initiate with Neo Abdallas, who only scored 2 points in Miami on Tuesday. Toby Lawal, just honored on Senior Days, got the first 2 for the Hokies. On January 3rd, Miles Colvin to Juke Harris. 20 a game in 5 straight, and he gets the Deacons the 3-2 lead. From the corner, it's Colvin for 3.
And boy, you know, he was so hot to start the game the other night against Clemson. That's a bad sign for Virginia Tech.
Well, he had been just 6 for 21 in his last 4 games before he went 5 for 9 on Wednesday. Made 4 out of his 6 threes, including his first 4, and there's Hammond. Spillers launches from the corner and hits.
He actually is better than 50% three-point shooter in ACC play. And again, he's another one of those guys you just can't let him have that much time.
He doesn't take that many of them, but he's got a decent stroke. Mike Young kind of with his face in the ground after the make, and Hansberry answers inside.
Abdallas used his size that time to look over the defender and find Hansberry inside. Ooh,
oh, somehow Deacons sneaks the bounce pass into Schwieger, who lays it in. Bedford defended by Colvin, and a tip up and in by Hansberry. Both defenses struggling to get stops early. Schwieger inside, too strong off the glass. Lawal the rebound. Up ahead, Abdallas slams it in. Check in when we come back. This is big though. Abdallas had a couple 30-point games early this season. He's not coaching in it though. Schwieger for 3, got it.
That's 4 out of 4 from beyond the arc to start this game for Wake Forest.
Reminiscent of 2 years ago when the Deacons started 9 for 10 from deep in this building. Of course, that game did not end well for Wake Forest. They started 9 of 10. They only made 2 of their last 15 and ended up losing by double digits. And Hansberry says something to the Wake Forest bench.
That's the first miss from 3. And Mason's the guy who's been coming off the bench and making threes over this 3-game winning streak.
40 points in Wake's last 3 games. How about Abdallas dialing long distance?
And that's a great sign for Virginia Tech. You talked about Abdallas, maybe confidence affected a little bit negatively with his tough stretch. That'll get him going.
Juke barreling to the basket.
That's a really tough matchup for Shoot trying to guard Juke Harris.
As the ball pops around. Abdallas, confident attack, and he knocks down another. The player wasn't touching the ball. Spillers to the basket.
Spillers is very good close to the basket, and he attempted a couple of 3-point shots. You know, when something happens and you don't understand it with a headset on, you just keep your mouth shut.
Right. Lawal. Oh, he banked it in. Marcus Marion fires. 3 Deacons were there for the rebound, and then Ballou saves it to Carr, who gets it to Mason accidentally for the bucket.
Let's put that in the playbook.
Yeah, right.
Guys are open from out there, and that's it. That's it.
Bedford kicks it. Hammond, you don't want to leave him open. Mason. Pass to Spillers, knocked away by Hammond. Abdallas the other way. Hammond. Extra pass, Bedford, bucket. 6-0 run for Virginia Tech in the last 90 seconds, and the Hokies have their largest lead.
And the other thing, Wake Forest, they're not noted for their tough half-court defense, but they get a lot done on the defensive end by forcing turnovers. They haven't done that, and that's just a mistake. But you just have a screen at the top of the key, and Cole Schwieger does not help. Just lets the guy go right to 3-point. Deacons have a grand total of 3 points between them.
Toby Lawal taken 2. Deacons were 10 of 22 beyond the arc against the Clemson Tigers on Wednesday. Dallas has not been bashful. Hammond kicks it for Toby, who fakes it, takes it, makes it, and the foul.
But I just don't think if you're Marion, you can't run out at him that way.
Lawal will take it. Pasha earning more minutes with the hustle, rebound, and one. How about redeeming yourself that way?
Crowd rebounds right over the top of Juke Harris, and then
appearing to hurt his ankle or lower leg in the first half. Spillers turns it over. Numbers for the Hokies. Dallas throws it down. Remember, he got going in the first half with a jam.
And that was just a really good defensive play. And here they are battling against Harris, and he scores, but that's just what we were talking about at halftime.
January 3rd, when Neo had 7 turnovers by himself.
There you go.
For his 5 buckets. Double team comes at him, so it's Lawal wide open inside, and Dallas picks up the assist, his 3rd of the day in that department. Dallas in his bag right now, sets up the Hammond 3.
I think earlier in the year, Dallas takes that ball to the basket.
Harris off the catch, knocks down the 3. On that early March day in 2024. Hammond long 2, goes. He's tough to stop.
They can force a missed shot. Can they get the rebound?
Dallas fires. And he banks it in at the shot clock buzzer. 3-pointers. Dallas gets the bounce. Why is Neo having this game today against me? This is not the guy I've been watching on film the last month. Hansberry, 3! Wow. At halftime against Michigan earlier this year to force overtime. Michigan team that is now #1 in the country, getting set to play Duke tonight. But that is not the seeds of a comeback right there for the Deacs here on the road. Hansberry sets up Bedford. Another one for the Hokies.
And that's really the difference in the game. When the other team's making shots like Virginia Tech has made a couple.
Dallas is fortunate, and it just might be the Hokies' day. He had it smacked away. I was just thinking how he's done a much better job taking care of the basketball today, and it went right to his teammate Christian Gerdak for the easy layup. Mason at the rim gets 2, snaps the 11-0 Virginia Tech run. Well, it's not just the shots, Dan. The hustle play is going the Hokies' way too. And the tip in from Gerdak. Everybody on the Wake Forest bench looks a tad demoralized, and that'll help a bit, but still a long road ahead for the Deacs to get back into this thing. I mean, you said, Dan, during the break that when Dallas is banking in the 3 and then they're popping it around and Bedford's hitting the 3, it's just hard to bring the same verve and energy. And then when Gerdak's doing things like that, are you kidding me? Wake jumped out by 5 early, but Virginia Tech seized control midway through the first half and has led ever since, and the Gerdak show continues. 8 points all in this half for Gerdak. Harris, 3, no sir. Gerdak the rebound. Dallas ahead for Hansberry. It's all going the way of the Hokies. Wizardry from the freshman from Pasha dishes for Gerdak.
Who wasn't ready for it.
No, but he hangs on, goes to work, up and under for 2.
That's a really good play by Gerdak.
Like the knockout haymaker. Lawal will end it with a jam. Real encouraging afternoon for Neo Dallas. One more assist for good measure. Toby Lawal. Virginia Tech over Wake Forest, 82-63. Virginia Tech over Wake Forest, 82-63.